What is Plénitude Champagne by Dom Pérignon, you may be wondering. In short, Plénitude are special releases of the prestige Dom Pérignon Champagne cuvée released when the wine has reached a perfect aging harmony, developing notes of aging yet conserving some freshness. Dom Pérignon releases Plénitude in three phases with increasing aging characteristics: Plénitude P1, the youngest, Plénitude P2, intermediary about 20-year-old champagnes, and Plénitude P3 for old Oenotheque vintages. Here are the words of Dom Pérignon chef de cave, the winemaker Richard Geoffroy, explaining in detail the concept and the wines. So quoting Richard Geoffroy: "Bottles of fine wine can age gracefully and improve with time, developing what the experts call tertiary aromas, usually at the expense of fruit. Assuming proper storage conditions, it matters little whether the cellars where this happens are located in Paris, New York or Tokyo. The outcome will be the same. Not always so much with champagne, however. Indeed, the specificity of champagne since its origins is that it undergoes a secondary fermentation in the bottle. This is what creates the fuzz that once had Dom Pérignon enthusiastically explain, 'Come, I am drinking stars,' when he first tasted the sparkling wine that is now celebrated all over the world. The yeast performing this secondary fermentation turns into lees that remain in the bottle until it is disgorged. Then and only then is it fit to be tasted by champagne lovers and to be stored like any other bottle of wine for future enjoyment. However, what happens when a bottle is not disgorged? The lees participate in a mysterious evolution of the wine in the bottle, singular to each cuvée and carefully monitored by the chef de cave. In the case of Dom Pérignon, it is a slow yet active maturation, keeping each vintage alive and bafflingly, insolently useful. The wine continues to evolve and to be magnified, a confounding process. Wouldn't we all like to mature yet remain young? This is the paradox of Dom Pérignon, and it makes all the difference in the world. Each vintage of Dom Pérignon is disgorged and re-released only when I consider it has reached a new plenitude, a privileged period of time when Dom Pérignon attains its radiance. Its development comes in successive plateaus which define as many windows of expression I decide to call plenitudes. The wine then tells us a story that is new and exciting enough to be worth sharing. After around 9 years, Dom Pérignon reaches its first plenitude and is simply called Dom Pérignon Vintage. The first plenitude shows promise, completeness and harmony. Everything is in place. Some years later, the wine reaches its second plenitude. This is Dom Pérignon P2. Stored deep into our cellar, the slow yeast maturation taking place in the bottle is inimitable and irreproducible. Dom Pérignon in its second plenitude is more intense, precise and vibrant, energized by the transformation. A true metamorphosis. Its universe has expanded. Finally, the third plenitude, Dom Pérignon P3, is reached after a longer period of over 25 years. At this venerable age, all the components are completely integrated and the wine has become more streamlined and complex than ever. The third plenitude reveals the heritage of Dom Pérignon, a living memory passed down through the generations of chef de cave. Many Dom Pérignon lovers like to compare the trajectories of a bottle of Dom Pérignon vintage stored at their place, side by side with a bottle of Dom Pérignon P2 or P3 longer stored on its sleeves in our cellars in Épernay. The three plenitudes side by side is the ultimate horizontal tasting of one and only vintage. Each wine, each plenitude will reveal a different facet of Dom Pérignon. P2 and P3, thanks to the extra time spent maturing on the lees under our careful attention, will grant you an experience ever closer to the spirit of Dom Pérignon. Those were the words, the beautiful words of Richard Geoffroy, chef de cave at Dom Pérignon. I hope this video was useful. If it was, give it a quick thumb up to support my work, and I will see you soon in the wonderful world of wine. Au revoir. Bye bye.